TikTok advice. Are you still wearing heels in the club or?
Oh, yes. And actually, don't piss me off, Granny Bertha, whoever that was. Talk about some heels in the club, them big block heels. Am I still wearing heels in the club? Are you?
Ain't it fun living in that real world?
This hurts.
Okay, period. What's going on, everyone? It's your girl, Bria Deshawn, and welcome back to another episode of Growing Pains, where we're growing our purpose, our achievements, our independence, our nourishment, and our success. Today, joined on the couch with me is my friend, my sister, a entrepreneur. How else would I describe you, friend? A writer,
It
creative,
girl.
the it girl, the moment, the headliner.
If you know, you know. Okay.
Today I have Autumn Blake on the couch. Round of applause.
Hi, guys. So happy to be here. This is long overdue.
Yes, guys, we've been talking about this for forever, and we're just gonna have a little kiki like we usually do. If you guys don't know, Autumn and I went to Hampton together. We are line sisters. Shout out Delta. Shout out them girls. We both came out to LA around the same time. I came a couple months after.
I just made 2 years, guys.
Hey, congrats.
Thank you.
How do you feel about that?
That feels surreal.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, 2 years has been crazy.
Mm.
First year was a mess. Second year has been blessed.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a
Ooh.
bar.
Turning a mess to blessed.
Test into testimonies.
That's good. Okay, we're going to get into that a little later. So start me off in high school. You grew up in New York. Tell me first how you were in high school. What was Autumn like?
Same as Autumn now, except I would just say I was a little more like rough around the edges. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. So, you know, I was always always very studious, very smart. But I used to get in trouble because I would hang out with like all the bad kids, and my teachers would be like, you're doing your work but you're distracting the ones who aren't, and I'm like, they weren't gonna do their work regardless, like I have nothing to do with that. But yeah, so that was kind of my vibe. And then when I turned 16, I got my first job at IHOP, and that was like life-changing for me. It was just such a good job. I was making like cash every day, and then I got all my friends jobs, and we were just like the rich little 16-year-olds.
You were doing IHOP like
full-time.
Yeah. So right after school,
go home for like 30 minutes to an hour, take a little cat nap, get up, go to work until like 10, 11. My mom would pick me up, and yeah.
Period. Were you eating at IHOP too?
Oh yeah, we got employee meals. So yeah.
What was your meal like, girl?
So I had the chef me up something different, because you know. So my go-to was like chicken fajita meat.
Okay.
With poblano peppers, corn and mashed potatoes, and I would like mix the corn and mashed potatoes. The poblano peppers would make the chicken spicy, and I would get a side of avocado. Ooh. It was good. I actually want to go back to get that. Like,
this is the autumn special.
It was.
Hello. Tell me about the transition from high school to college.
I wasn't even supposed to go to Hampton. My father was a college professor, and I was supposed to go to the school that he taught at, which is a PWI in like upstate New York. But in the 11th hour, I was like, well, what school should I go to? And I'm like, well, my aunt and my uncle both went to Hampton on my stepdad's side. So like I had visited Hampton my senior year. That was like the only HBCU I visited, and I liked it. It was a cool vibe. And they gave me a little bit of a scholarship. So I was like, this makes the most sense.
Yeah. So if you could describe your Hampton experience in 3 words, what would it be?
Fruitful, divine, and simulation.
Simulation is so real. Why would you say simulation?
College is a simulation, especially after COVID. We got back. Like,
oh, yes.
COVID just really sat everyone down. God was really like, everyone, hard reset. Get in the crib. Get in the crib. Sit your ass down and just think.
Yes.
And then when he unlocked the door and let us back outside, like that became crazy. Like,
no, yeah.
And we just crossed.
We did.
And we were seniors?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. Simulation.
Senior year was wild. Like, we was hitting the streets. Just anywhere but class. It felt like. Yeah.
It was a transitional period in my life. That was fun, though. I had such a good time.
What was your biggest lesson your senior year of college?
That's a good question. I think my biggest lesson was just to, like, you can't control everything, but, like, all you can do is put your best foot forward and let the pieces fall where they may. Yeah. And they're always going to fall in your direction. Like, that's the constant lesson that I learned in every stage of my life. Like, you can stress about things, but things are just going to turn out how they turn out.
Yeah. I have a story to tell. So one day, it was probably second semester of college. I'm calling Blake, FaceTimed her.
Senior year?
Senior year.
Okay.
and her and her roommate were singing a song. It was Katy Perry. It was a Katy Perry song.
California Girls?
Yes, California Girls was playing. And she says over the phone, Bria, it's so crazy that you called me because we're going to be in LA. This is divine. Like, we have to manifest it, blah, 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 blah. And I'm on the phone. I'm like, okay, girl, like, whatever. Like, at the time, I wasn't considering going to LA. Like, I wanted to go to Atlanta, blah, blah, blah. And I just find it so funny that both of us are here, thriving and surviving in LA. And I just want to understand how deep of a passion it was for you to be out here and all of the things that you did to make it happen.
I was just California down. Like, I would always tell people I was moving to California, like, after graduation. I was like, yeah, I'm going to California. And my cousin, who I'm super close with, she's a year older than me. Me and her, I would always call her and talk to her and be like, you know, I'm coming to California. Like, I had versions of California, like, in my passwords or just different things.
Yes.
Like, I was always manifesting. I was writing in my journal that I would be in California, like, close to. That was it for me. That was the only thing I could imagine.
So tell me about the transition between college and LA.
Oh, baby. One thing they don't tell you about manifestation is that when you praying for the good moments, you also got to think about when life is not peaches and cream. Because moving out here had me every single day like, what the...
Yeah.
What the did I just do? Like,
that's real.
First problem was housing. I was living with my godfather at first. He lived in Long Beach. I was working in Playa Vista. So that commute to work was like an hour and 45 minutes.
Yes.
So that was horrible every single day. I started subleasing in Koreatown. Long story short, I come home one day to an eviction notice. Basically what happened was who I was subleasing from had been sending her rent to like the apartment manager, and the apartment manager moved to Mexico and had been pocketing the rent from like...
That's wicked.
It was crazy. Long story short, everything in LA has been the test before the testimony. Housing was horrible at first. And now I love my apartment. I have a nice roommate. We have a good dynamic. We go out together. We're friends. Cool. It's close to my job. Cool. Then my job, hated my job, ended up getting laid off. But I was so depressed working there that being laid off, after I got over the initial scary, like, oh my God, I'm in LA, don't have a job.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, like, this is why I know I have to grind and work harder, because this not working thing is kind of lit. Like, I'm at the beach journaling. I'm going to dermatologists. Like, I'm doing the things that I need to do. I was like, this is fun. So I started working on my part-time job, and I was waitressing, and they offered me like a manager position, which it would have been full-time. But I told them no, because I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let desperate times make me like just do anything. I'm going to wait, because I know I've been working in restaurants like as a side job since I was 16, and I love it. It's great extra money, but that's not what I want to do, and I didn't want to get pigeonholed into that. Right. So I turned it down. Even though I didn't have a full-time job, I was like, I'm gonna just wait. And I waited, and I got the job I have now, which is literally just like the best job. It's super chill, like no micromanaging. It's like kind of like family oriented. Like, it's just a great opportunity. So again, you know, trials and tribulations, and then it just works out. And then lastly, my car. Like, I was having so much car troubles. It was always something with that.
It's okay.
Then I totaled her, and I was like, yo.
What was her name?
Ruby.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Just bought a new car, Isis. We back outside.
Period. Last thing, tell me about For All the Girls Too. And
my baby.
Just the launching of that, your goals for it, you know, what you plan to do with it. First off, For All the Girls Who is Autumn's personal blog, basically like love letters, advice to the girls.
I was actually talking to my friend yesterday, and we were talking about how we don't like self-help books. My blog is simply about becoming a woman. Like, and it's not about anyone else. It's about my experience. And if you resonate and relate to it, you do. I have a lot of friends, a lot of sisters, everything. Like, everyone can't relate, but a lot of us can. We're all going through the same thing in different shades. Like, so like, it's just me telling my life experiences, whether it be like manifesting, becoming my dream woman, or if it just be like hurting or healing or the things I'm going through emotionally, or it just be like, you know, stuff with your friends, like good moments with your friends, bad moments with your friends, relationships, good moments, bad moments. Like, it's just stuff that I'm going through, I'm learning, and like just little sound bites. I love to write. So like, I'm just building a portfolio, and you know, people are really resonating with it, and they're liking it, which I'm loving. But it's like also just allowing me a creative outlet in my day to day. So I'm just documenting my experience doing what I want to do, and how it went for me. Whether it be great or whether it be bad, that's all I can do. I can't tell you how to live your life. I can only tell you what I'm going through, and if you feel it, you feel it.
Yeah, absolutely. This concludes our first part. Tune into the next part, where we're going to get into some growing pains questions. with Autumn Blake. Hopefully you're enjoying this, guys. Period.
Of course they are.
1 second. Next on Growing Pains.
Something I never thought I'd enjoy as an adult is, honestly, going to church. I hated going to church growing up.
Yeah.
Like, I hated it.